Hello everyone, Bubbling Moon here with another LoliRock recap video. But before I get into episode 5, I just wanted to ask real quick, how do you guys feel about the thumbnails I'm making? Because personally, I think they're hilarious and I really enjoy making them, but I don't know if other people might find them a bit too off-putting. I always try and take feedback seriously, so your opinion really does mean a lot to me. Be sure to like, comment, or subscribe, and let's get straight into episode 5, Sing For Me. This episode, like so many others, starts off with Iris and Nathaniel flirting with each other like always. Iris is a little concerned that Nathaniel has forgotten that she's playing a concert tonight, but Nathaniel assures her that he is just as obsessed with her as Ken is with Barbie. And this scene is so sweet that it's going to give me cavities if it goes on for even a second longer. But thankfully, Joanna rushes in. Who's Joanna, you may ask? Well, she's just a one-off character for this episode who I swear has a crush on Iris. And yeah, I might not have a ton of evidence to back that up, but I don't remember there being a lot of LGBT representation in this show, so I'm working with what I got. So Joanna and Iris are talking. Joanna is so grateful to Iris for helping her get over her stage fright, and Nathaniel's just hanging out in the background, completely unthreatened by Joanna because he knows how popular he is with the fans of the show. Joanna then drags Iris off, saying that they're running late for sound check, but probably she just wanted to get Iris away from Nathaniel so she could have a fair shot. And Iris completely forgets the 3 large smoothies that she originally went there for. At the venue, everybody's doing vocal warm-ups, and Iris is doing her best impression of Michael Jackson. When all of the sudden, everybody's voices just give out at the exact same time, and then these magical floating orbs are floating above all of their heads in the auditorium, and I guess Ariana and Talia just don't see this because they make no move to help Iris when she's trying to get them back. All of the voices are being sucked up into a vortex in the sky, so Iris makes a crystal tower to try and retrieve them all. There is absolutely no way people didn't see her doing this. She's like 3 stories off of the ground on a hot pink bridge. Somebody had to have seen this. And then the crystals just disappear literally less than a second before Joanna runs on screen. And at this point, Iris should just be wearing a sign that says, "I'm a magic princess from a different planet." Then we transition over to Ophedia, where Graymore is calling out the formula of the show because Praxis is like, Phase 1 is already a great success, and he's like, yeah, sure it is, but you guys always screw it up in the later half. And it's like, yeah, man, if you know how it goes, why don't you get some different henchmen? Maybe some adults? Back in the auditorium, everybody's pretty bummed out that they can't sing, but they can talk just fine. And if I were any of these mundane, non-magical people, I would be a lot more confused about what's going on. Like, everybody just seems kind of bummed out, but nobody's really questioning, like, what's going on here? Iris does her best to reassure Joanna that she will get this problem solved. And Joanna, instead of questioning how she would solve this problem, is so moved that she decides to go in for a kiss, but chickens out and switches it to a hug at the last second. Talia offers that it could be laryngitis, but, Talia, no. You were here for the whole thing. You should have seen the glowing orbs floating above you. You should have noticed Iris running outside to confront a giant storm cloud. Why would you think that it's laryngitis? And then Talia says that Iris won't be able to transform without her singing voice, which just kind of confuses me just a little bit. All the other princesses have like a special magical item like Iris's necklace that help them transform. And I understand that Iris's voice has special magical qualities to it, but why does she have this extra stipulation to her transformation? Like, do the other girls have certain talents that if they were taken away, they wouldn't be able to transform either? If somebody stole Talia's ability to come up with plans and strategize, or they took away Ariana's fashion sense, would that in some way impede them being able to transform? Iris doesn't even have any music-based spells, at least not yet. Talia offers up some homemade slime to help Iris's voice problems, but it honestly looks pretty gross, and so Ariana and Iris are just not into it. Talia insists that this is a great home remedy despite how gross it looks, but Iris has seen one too many slime tutorials on YouTube, and she really doesn't feel like eating contact solution right now. And then our resident airhead, Ariana, gets to come up with a great plan for once. She leads them back to the stage that they literally just left from so they can check the sound check equipment. I don't know what this stuff is called. I'm not an audio person. I don't know if you could tell that by the fact that every video I've done up until recently sounded like I was talking through a can that's full of baked beans. Ariana's plan is to use the recording from the sound check to track the vocal signatures of the missing voices. And when the other girls are like, "How are we gonna do that?" Ariana's like, "How do we do anything in this show? We're gonna use magic, obviously." We then get a pretty cool shot of the girls running over rooftops using their crystal magic, but this is kind of pointless because they have a Maru. If you've got a flying Pegasus, why would you ever waste your time or energy doing this? And also, Iris just falls and they end up riding on Amaru the rest of the way there anyway, so yeah, it was completely pointless. We then catch up to a monster of the week, which is a very cool looking dragon. No idea how the dragon stole the voices, but that's not super important to the plot. The girls huddle up and decide how they're going to handle this fight, and it looks like Talia is going to draw a diagram in the dirt, but she literally just makes one line and says, "We're gonna have to do this carefully," and then they just start sneaking up on the dragon. Iris is the one who's supposed to be getting the closest to the dragon to snatch her voice back, but I don't really understand why Talia and Ariana aren't transformed. Like, I get that Iris can't transform without her voice, I accept that, but their transformation should be working fine. Ariana completely blows their cover, and it sends the dragon flying off with Iris clutching onto its tail. The dragon flies off into a cave, and I'm pretty sure that Mephisto and Praxina just live in a cave, which I didn't really consider before now, but we always see them hanging out in caves, and they never have any, like, furniture or comfort items. Man, these two are just living a really hard life. It turns out Mephisto and Praxina have actually collected a lot of voices, but I have to wonder why. Greymore's whole scheme with this is to use Iris's voice to break through the crystal that's protecting the MacGuffin tiara from him. And I understand that part, but what was he planning on doing with these other voices? And Greymore wants these voices sent over to him as fast as humanly possible, and the only way to do that is through a portal that I swear is the slowest portal ever. Like, it is open for 5 full minutes before anything makes it through to Ophidia. Talia and Ariana finally make it there, and somehow they get surprise ambushed by the dragon, but the dragon's huge. Like, where was it hiding that they wouldn't have immediately seen it upon entering? Not to be too nitpicky, but the only reason they win this fight is because they push the dragon into the vortex, and the dragon's tail just happens to flick all of the voices out. Iris gets her singing voice back, she transforms, they do a crystal love struck, and then Greymore has to deal with a dragon. The girls make it to their concert on time. Joanna blows Iris a kiss for good luck, but then banishes herself to the off-screen dimension because she realizes that if she's the love interest, they'd probably get canceled before they get a season 2. And then we end the episode with the best song, "We Are Magic." So yeah, another good episode. I did notice one animation mistake during this episode, and that's when the girls are flying away on Amaru's back. Iris and Ariana are already transformed, and Talia is nowhere to be seen. But I'm not really nitpicking this. Animation's difficult, cut corners where you can to meet production deadlines, that's all fine. I just thought this was kind of a funny thing to notice. Alright, the very next video I'm doing should be the 300 subscriber special. I'm actually pretty excited to get to work on this video. And then after that, we'll be doing one of my favorite LoliRock episodes, episode 6, Cirrus. Just like always, if you've got a magical girl show that I should look at or a video idea, leave it for me down in the comments. I'm always reading them. I hope you all have an excellent day. Peace out.